Once you have it downloaded and it's up and running, you should see this Google Drive icon down on the bottom right in your tray here. This is kind of the notification and reminder center for Desktop for Drive. So if I open that, I can see that I had this activity one that's been synced. Once you have Desktop for Drive installed on your computer, anything that you have selected to be backed up will be constantly synced with your Google Drive. So any changes you make, as long as you have access to the internet, it will sync everything for you. You also have the ability to see any notifications, but mine is all up to date. Um, Now, let's say that we went through it and we did the wizard, set everything up, but we forgot a folder to, when doing the wizard, that we actually want to move so that we can get it for our new computer. That's no problem. You can always select what is being synced to Google Drive from this menu as well. So to do that, you would go to the settings wheel here at the top right and click on Preferences. From this settings wheel, you can also pause syncing if for some reason you don't want Google Drive to be updating the files that are on your computer. But I'm going to select Preferences, and I can see that from my laptop, right now, I have one folder that is being synced. Now, I've been using Google Drive for a long, long time, so most of the files I use, dating back to my previous computers, have already been up here and already on Google Drive, so I don't have a lot that is syncing at the moment. But I did create a folder to put onto this that is not already on there. So to add that, I'm going to make sure that my laptop is selected, and I'm going to go to the Add folder. And it's going to bring up my Windows, my computer window here. And then I can see I have access to all of my computer files that are on my hard drive. So this new folder I have is on my PC. This PC, and it is on the C drive. And then I just have, it's a drive to desktop example. So I'm going to get it, click select folder, and I'm going to sync with Google Drive. If it was photos, I could back up to Google Photos, but they're files. So I want to make sure I select this sync to drive, hit done, and I'll see now that folder is being backed up routinely to my Google Drive. And I can go ahead and save. Now I have all the folders that are on my computer's hard drive being backed up and also found on my Google Drive. So now that I have everything being backed up, there are two ways that we can get to the folders or the files that we have on our drive. The first one is simply to go to Google Drive. So if I open a new tab and go to Google Drive, or you can access it through your ClassLink, you'll see all of the folders or all the files and folders you have on your drive. In fact, the two cheat sheets I had in that new folder are popping up in my recent or suggested use. But if they weren't there, where you find your computer files is under, in your left menu, your computers tab. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. It's running a little slow, but it will open. And you can see here, now I have renamed mine. They'll automatically suggest a name for yours, but mine were both from Lenovo ThinkPads, so they had the same name. So I went ahead and named them my laptop in the years they were. So right now I have my laptop for 2019 to 2023, but if I wanted to access files I had backed up from my previous laptop, I could just go click on it, and the folders I decided to back up will pop up, and I can see all the things that I had on that old computer that I wanted to save in the program that they were saved. So Word files will save as Word files, Excel files will save as Excel files, PDFs will be PDFs. And if you have things saved as Google Docs or Sheets, those will stay the same as well. The other way that you can access things is right from your desktop. So if I want to go ahead and close out of my stuff here, I can open my file finder here, and it will open just like you would get any other type of file. And I will see either on my left my Google Drive, or it's under my frequent folders there. And I can click into that. And here I have access to things I have saved in my drive, in my shared drives, or my other computers. So this would be previous computers. So once again, I could open that up, open my laptop from before, and get my previous files that way. This would also be a way to get things that I have saved to my drive. So if I didn't want to get on Google Drive from the internet, I have access to things here. So all of my folders, articles, and that. And these will open in the format they were saved to as well. For example, if I was opening a PDF, it would open as a PDF. Google Docs would open as a Google Docs. Excel would open as an Excel. So I'm just going to open one here. It was a Google Doc, so it's going to open in Google Docs, which is a web-based program, so through the web. And that's a quick overview of installing Desktop for Drive, adding folders to be backed up, and then accessing them from your new computer once they've been backed up, or accessing them from any computer once they've been backed up using Google Drive on the web.